All right, family. We get paid to read these books. Ooh, formal education will pay you a living. The self-education will pay you a fortune. This is my version of self-education. I'm self-educating myself, reading these books and studying it. Hopefully you getting something out of it, because I promise I'm reading it for me. All right, let's get into it. Now, Geno, Pursuit of Perfection. This is page 209. You know, the chapters just kind of ramble through his career and backwards and forwards and stuff, so I don't even know what, in chapter 10, he went back to how he got into coaching, and he's talking about some of the players, some of the other coaches that he admired and learned from. And Dean Smith at Carolina was one. Now, I'm a Carolina boy, blue and blue. In fact, I got my Carolina blue on today, representing. So he's talking about Dean Smith. So on page 209, he said, and that's what I've tried to create at Connecticut, the female version of Carolina. What I love about their system is you can have Michael Jordan on a team with a relatively unknown player, and they will both have an equal opportunity in that particular style of game. That's what I've always wanted, to have a player like Maria Conlon, who nobody wanted out of high school, starting alongside the best to ever play the game, Diana Taurasi. Cool. Our system allows for that. Now listen to this. That kind of teamwork enables you to get to the Final Four because you're unselfish. Now once you get to the Final Four, you need someone to put the team on their back. And if you have that someone, you win. Oh, did you hear this word preaching in this book? Oh my God. You can have great players, you got to have some role players, but when it comes down to the championship, baby, you need you need a superstar that's gonna hit the shot, that's gonna get the rebound, that's gonna make the defensive play, that's gonna make it happen, not come up with a story. You need that person. You gotta have that. Now you get everybody. In our business, we got a saying, you got to have a lot of people doing a little bit and a few doing a lot. That's what he's talking about in basketball. So I guess my insight is teamwork enables you to compete, but superstars enable you to win. All right, let's get into it. Now, all right, let's go. Now we over here. He's still talking about Carolina and how he met Dean Smith. They got a chance to play golf together and blah, blah, blah. Now listen to this. That's the part I love about the Carolina program. The bond they have. It's really, really strong. I always hoped my players would feel the same way about playing at Connecticut. I'm not like Dean Smith. I'm not saying that. Our personalities couldn't be any more different. But I believe with all my heart that the way he coaches and teaches basketball is the way it should be played. I want people to feel about my program the way they feel about his. I want my players to feel like once you are in this family, you are always in this family. And it's a very special club. Oh my God, are you reading this? That's what it takes to get elite. You got to attract great people and keep great people. And it's not just about the money. It's about the relationships, because great people can go make money anywhere. And my insight is tradition is built over time. You can't microwave it. You got to be great people that care about each other, that's bought into a common vision, and you got to duplicate that over and over. And one person's pride in the program build layers on top of another person who's got pride in the program. The layers on top of another person got pride in the program. The layers on top of another person got pride in the program. And next thing you know, over a daggum decade, people are like, I can't wait to get back to Carolina. Teammates, once again, that's not easy to do. Because if you got a handful of people that don't have no pride in the program, you ain't going to build no tradition with them. All right, let's go on. Number 3, and I'm going to let y'all go. I don't know. I love this stuff. I'm telling you. Now listen to this. So he talked about Dean Smith about 4 or 5 pages. Now he's talking about Bob Knight. So he said his second biggest influence. Once after we have, now so let's back up. Having said that, Dean Smith is not the only basketball coach who has influenced me. The guy I used to follow all over the country is Bob Knight. Now, I know Bob Knight is crazy. That's funny. I know Bob Knight is crazy. Bob Knight throw a chair across the floor in the game like Bob Knight does. Like he just go off all the way off. He said, I know Bob Knight is crazy, but I've seen him speak every year since I was 21 years old. He hasn't done much of it in the past 4 or 5 years, but when I'm younger, every time he has a clinic, I go to see it. I love the stuff his teams do. Am I at all like him? No, not at all. But I appreciate how disciplined his Indiana teams are. Once after we have listen to this is my insight. Once after we have a little success at Connecticut, they asked me to speak at his clinic. I'm a nervous wreck because I know Bob Knight is there too, and I'm afraid he might be listening. I'm more nervous that day than when I meet President Bush and President Clinton at the White House. I keep thinking, what if he doesn't like what I'm saying? Wait, teammates, he respects Bob Knight. He's scared. He done met the he's scared to talk because he know he's gonna be in the audience. I have felt that way so many times. But my point is, he says, after we have a little success at Connecticut, they asked me to speak at this clinic. And my point is, you got to win first, and then you get your chance to speak. Then you get to the microphone. You got to put some points up. You got to be an example. You got to create a track record every day based upon your numbers next to your name on this daggum computer. That is what determines how big of an audience you end up with. So, teammates, I love you guys. Oh, my man. I love reading this stuff, man. It just creates a whole nother level of chemistry in my head. Hopefully it does the same for you. All right, love you guys. We'll run this play again. Today is Friday, so we'll run this play again next week.